Spheres or influence are another way to illustrate the Sanskrit planes, such as the ancient Hebrew graphic form, the Cabala, called the Tree of Life, dating back over 2,500 years ago. Carlton Introductory to the Cabala depicts a hierarchy of planes as connected spheres or multidimensional powerhouses that eventually materialize life as we know it here on the earth plane. Halevi. A simpler illustration of spheres within spheres is illustrated in Figure 29. These graphic spatial relations provided as figures 27 through 29, just like any other graphs or maps, enable a subject-object relation in order to understand these worlds on a human level. Most importantly, if we shift our consciousness into these areas, no explanation or graphs are needed, for we operate in these worlds by naturally moving about in them, much like a quick dip into the sea as we naturally swim about with the creatures of the aquamarine plane. Charles Burton poetically describes the higher planes as the oversoul, published in 1939. Burton. If heaven exists, and I argue that it necessarily exists, our own solar system must be nested within its heavenly properties. In contemporary literature, we lose association because our language now determines these concepts as abstract ideals. How can it be established that our solar system, including Earth, spins in abstract space, an area that can only be appreciated intellectually? Self-examination of the body, such as the legs, hands, and arms, are commonly concluded as utilities, a means for gathering provisions or a way to get from one place to another. Seldom do we think of bodily forms as reflections of human states, such as individuality, freedom, or to grasp an ideal. Human forms, as well as all objects, are shaped by our own perceptions and understanding. So it is our very understanding that opens our sleepy eyes to the archetype or why things look the way they do. Away and beyond the temporal planes exists an unconditional state of affairs the Hindu calls Atman. The endless vistas of Atman are accessible to travelers burdened with binary baggage of the mental world. Light travelers, bearing only Atman bodies or Atmans, find it easy and most natural to zip and skip across the endless worlds of cosmic awareness. Word associations no longer seem to link together logically as we step across the etheric threshold of timeless eternity. Here, now at a point in spacelessness, our tiny planet in the universe in which it spins nests. All things that come to be already exist as a mystical imagination of cosmic divinity. To know Atman is to awaken into a forgotten familiarity of your own understanding. As understanding propels us to the center of truth, we gain unfathomable momentum, easily overcoming the speed of light. We quickly penetrate the etheric sheath, bursting with a big bang of uniform silent stillness, awakening to a quiet world of endless horizons, stretching into the formless purity of form. Our bare feet trod the cool grass of a mystical garden that the Hebrew calls Eden, where Adam was formed in God's image, from moistened dust of this plane, archetype clay of simple shapes bored by divine ideals. Atman is the birthplace of the Atma, our own identical individualities. Set apart by experience, we know one another by way of empathy, and we are seen as shining stars, sparkling about in a cosmic sea of unconditional freedom. Atman is the birthplace of I-ness, coined the Atman by ancient Indian sages, which is synonymous with the soul body of Hebrew, Christian, and Islamic faith.